What's going on? I appreciate you stopping into this one as we hit the sort of lull in Jets news before free agency and the draft really starts going. I want to start doing some videos answering some common questions that I get. This one has popped up a few times, most recently from Virginia Jet 1988. Thank you for stopping in the comments, who asked any chance of the Jets trade for either Justin Fields or Trey Lance, two other quarterbacks that were available to them in the 2021 draft when they went with Zach Wilson. And, you know, there's rumors on Twitter and stuff, but this is just straight up barbershop talk, just a hypothetical. Now, I think you could make some valid arguments as to why either team might want to trade either of the quarterbacks. Let's start with Trey Lance because I think he's less likely to be moved. With Trey, he's a complete unknown. I was fine on draft day, for whatever it's worth, going with either Zach, Trey Lance, or Justin Fields. Obviously missed out on Trevor Lawrence, and I didn't want like Mac Jones. So that's where I was at. And neither of the three have really proven themselves to be a franchise quarterback just yet. But with Trey, why would the 49ers move him? Well, Brock Purdy, he's playing right now. He actually just got hurt. So let's say if Brock Purdy leads them to the Super Bowl, okay, then, and they win it, all right, and he plays really well, then he's a franchise quarterback. But I think anything short of that, just with his sample size being really small and them investing 3 first-round picks in Trey Lance, they're going to want to see what they have in Trey Lance this upcoming offseason. I think they have a quarterback competition. Then if Purdy wins it, they're not going to let Trey be a backup forever. Eventually, they're not going to let that, rookie contract just run out and let him walk out the door. They would look to trade him eventually. But I think that's a conversation for next offseason if Purdy wins the job. I would be pretty surprised if Trey Lance was moved this offseason. Now, with Fields, I wouldn't be as shocked just because this isn't the brass or the coaching staff that drafted Fields. Like, that matters a lot. Now, and they also, the Chicago Bears have themselves the #1 overall pick. They had themselves a pick of any quarterback in the draft. So if they like one of these guys better than Fields, they could want to trade Justin Fields, get some capital to support their new guy. With Fields, I think there's 2 big criticisms of Justin Fields. One of them that's valid and one of them I think is unfair. The first one that's valid is the durability concerns. He missed, 6 games last year and then 2 games this year with the shoulder injury and the groin injury last year. And obviously quarterbacks who use their legs a lot. And with Justin, he doesn't run like some quarterbacks. They duck with the punches. They get out of bounds. Russell Wilson's always been good at that. Jalen Hurts has been pretty good at that. But Justin, man, he just gets smacked. He runs like Cam Newton. He runs like Josh Allen. It caught up to Cam Newton before he turned 30. Hasn't caught up to Josh Allen yet. We'll see. It's also when you're that big and that physical, man, you just get officiated differently too. Like Josh Allen and Cam Newton just get slammed and suplexed, and it's crazy. They're almost punished because of their size and their freakish athleticism. Remember, prime Shaquille O'Neal, just dudes bouncing off him, and there's just no calls. Right, you're almost penalized because of your size and your athleticism. So the durability would concern me with Fields. The other one that I think is not valid is, he's just a running back. I'm okay. He didn't throw for a high volume of yards. The Chicago Bears were like one of the top 3 rushing teams in the NFL. And he's far from proving himself to be some elite pocket passer. I'll grant you that. But he made a monumental improvements from his rookie year to his second year. Completion percentage up to 60%. Touchdown interception ratio, he pretty much flipped it. He threw 7 touchdowns, 10 picks his rookie year. Second year, 17 to 11. That's a really nice jump. And then his yards per attempt up as well, up over 7. To me, the volume of passing is much less important for a young quarterback than the efficiency, your completion percentage, your touchdown interception ratio, your yards per attempt. Those things, because then if you're throwing more volume of passes and those things hold, then that gives you an idea of what kind of quarterback you have. And I think he really did improve. For example, the Jets haven't had a quarterback who has posted a 60% completion percentage or higher, a positive touchdown interception ratio, and over 7 yards per attempt since Chad Pennington. And that's what Justin Fields just did. All right. But he's a running back. So, okay, a lot of young quarterbacks can't throw or pass. We kind of know about that. So now you're at least getting one elite trait and we're punishing him for it, breaking rushing records. I mean, my goodness, what if Justin Fields' legs alone would have ran the Jets to the playoffs this past year? You can't change my mind on that. But he's not a proven passer. I think he takes a lot of sacks. He's tough to evaluate too because I think him and Sam Darnold have had like 2 of the worst situations of any highly drafted quarterbacks I've seen in quite some time. Just nothing around Fields. And the pieces that are there get hurt. but I do think he did hold the ball into a lot of sacks, even with the bad offensive line play. I think that's a fair critique of his game. Throws a damn beautiful deep ball. My goodness, a beautiful deep ball. But there are some accuracy concerns, and holding the ball too long for sacks are two parts of his game that he has to improve on. I think if I was a Bears fan, I would be advocating to keep Justin Fields and like trade that pick and support him. But to bring him into the Jets, but to give him a first-round pick to get him, I just don't. I don't think it's worth it, man. I think he's just still an unknown, and there's a durability concerns. But I like Fields as a player. I'm rooting for him. I liked him in college, but I don't see just swapping, okay, we're going to take Zach Wilson and just pop in Justin Fields and then go. I don't know, man. I think where we're at, you either just go with a proven veteran or you probably just eventually draft and develop your own guy. If Fields is available, if it costs a first-round pick, I would probably say no, although I liked him on draft night. So if that makes me a hypocrite on that, so be it. But that's the way I see it. I don't think Trey Lance is moved. He's an unknown commodity. I think there's a chance Fields is moved, but I don't see it as a fit for the Jets. That's my 2 cents. Let me know yours down below. Subscribe if you're new, and we'll talk ball soon.